We've got Penguinz0 with his take on One Piece. I think I'm interested in that at the moment. Let's see what he had to say
For
about
most
One Piece.
sane people, it's extremely difficult to stick
I'm
with
gonna say
a
that.
hobby
Hold
that
on.
you don't like
Hold
for
on.
an extended period
Before
of
you
time.
hold on, before you get started, bro. Before you even get started, Penguinz0, Mr. Moist Critical, you better not say nothing bad about Goat Piece. You hear me? I know I seen you with your gun and how you was talking to Sneeko and all that. I ain't Sneeko. Alright? It better be nothing but love for One Piece, man. Alright, Charlie, let's get into it.
It's extremely difficult to stick with a hobby that you don't like for an extended period of time.
True.
It kind of defeats the purpose of having a hobby. Why would you have a hobby of something you don't enjoy? It doesn't
Type
make
shit.
sense. It doesn't compute.
Type
Might as well
shit.
just be banging your head against the wall or slamming a toilet seat lid on your head. There's no real reason to do it, so if you don't like it, stop. Well, no one ever called me a sane man. So I've stuck with a hobby for a little over 4 years now.
What is it?
And it's time for my biannual check-in, kind of, on it.
Let us know.
One Piece.
Yes, sir! One Piece!
Up on the One Piece anime. I started it at the beginning of COVID, and I swore with my hand on a stack of Bibles that I would catch up to the anime, which is well over 1,000 episodes.
It's not that hard to
and
catch
I'd like
up,
to
bro, I
report
swear.
my
It's
progress
not that
here, because
bad.
it has been tough. One Piece has some very high highs and some very low lows.
Oh my god. Ah. Watch your mouth, Charlie. I'm just warning you, watch what you say here.
There's some hits, there's some shits, and let me tell you, those shits be shitting. They are rough.
Bro, cool out, bro. Chill out. You finna make
I
me
swear to
mad.
God, Ponce de Leon's expedition to Florida probably wasn't as brutal as the journey through some of these One Piece arcs.
Yo, hold up, man. Because he said arcs, as in multiple arcs were bad. Now, if he said he don't like Skypiea, whatever, man. A lot of people say that. What else is bad, though? Come on, man. Don't make me mad.
Some of these arcs are just downright inhumane to sit through, like something Guantanamo Bay would subject you to. Like,
Which arc?
There are torturous
Which arcs?
methods here with
Name
some of these
them.
arcs, like Fishman Island.
What? What? Fishman Island? Fishman Island? When Luffy used Conqueror's Haki and knocked out like over... How many niggas did he knock out? How many niggas did Luffy knock out? By just looking at him? What are you talking about? Charlie, you about to piss me off, boy. Wait a minute. What you mean Fishman Island? Alright, you don't like Hody. Hody's not the best villain. Hody's not that great of a villain. Maybe that's your reasoning. But Fishman as a whole? Jinbei giving blood to Luffy when nobody else would step up and help Luffy? Luffy could have died at Fishman Island. What are you talking... Man, bro, we're 1 minute into this video and I'm mad. I'm steaming. Boy, you better have the best explanation ever, bro.
Heaven forbid. We'll get into that in a moment. We'll get into the weeds. But, like...
It is not that
having
bad.
someone sit
It
down-
is not that bad for you to call it inhumane and torturous and you doing all this extra gestures and shit, man. It's not that bad, bro.
And watch Fishman
Stop playing
Island is
with
like
me.
torture Jack Bauer would subject a terrorist to in 24. It's rough.
How?
But
How?
hey,
How?
you don't get muscles like these without eating some of your vegetables, am I right? So I've been pushing through. I've been fighting off the sleep because trust me, with some of these arcs, it is hypnotic. It is almost impossible to not fall asleep through.
Yo. Oh my god. He's doing this. How long ago has it been since he posted this? 9 days ago. This is recent. This is mad recent, my guy. What, like, there ain't no excuse for this. This behavior, this disgusting behavior. Like, if you said this shit around me in person, Charlie, man, hey, this is fighting words.
Through some of these episodes, but I did it. It's like listening to a Jigglypuff song for a couple of these episodes, but I still endured. And now, I'm happy to say I am halfway through Dressrosa. So I'm pretty deep into the anime now, and I want to give you my overall thoughts on all of it. Now, I did this about a year ago, a year and some change.
Man.
Much to the chagrin of the entire One Piece community, holy fuck, they ate me alive.
As they
shit my
should.
whole ass for me.
As they should.
I was thrown to the wolves. They did not like my takes.
I don't like your takes. I don't like your takes. As a big One Piece fan here, I'm not rocking with your takes at all. Shout out to the other One Piece fans for standing on business. Cause what the hell are you talking about? I like Charlie. Charlie, you're a cool dude, man. But you can't be shitting on One Piece. Not One Piece, bro. Not One Piece. I can't let this slide.
Coming at you with more takes in just a moment. Right now, the biggest W take of all time, Goof Juice, is available right now, and there's
I don't care about your Goof Juice. Not after what you just said. Fuck your Goof Juice.
The world's ever seen. The best beverage, the perfect, amazing game.
Get that shit out my face.
So, I'm really liking One Piece a lot. I was very harsh on Luffy in the last video I made here, but I've really warmed up to him significantly since Marineford.
He didn't like Luffy? How do you not like Luffy? He said he's warming up to him a lot. But how do you not, out of all things, how do you not like Luffy? He's one of the best main characters of all time. That is a fact. Oh my god.
And even wow. Even in Fishman Island, I actually thought Luffy was great. I was very harsh of Luffy as a character, and I'm not going to just rehash what I said there, but I really think since time skipped, he has grown a lot. Like,
he didn't like Luffy until time skip. That is a crazy statement, bro. Who allowed him to... you know what? I damn near want to say, maybe you just shouldn't have watched One Piece. Maybe your ass should have just stayed away. Cause what?
He still has the exact same quirks and the same personality and everything, but as a character, I really think he's significantly more interesting, and he's not just so two-dimensional, at least not the way I viewed him beforehand. So, I loved Impelled Down and Marineford. Those were two absolutely extraordinary arcs.
Marineford is a banger.
I don't need to explain why I like them so much. One of my critiques of the show is how nobody dies in it, or died in it. Marineford has big deaths, and they are impactful, and I think they're handled beautifully.
Type shit.
So I am much more satisfied with the way that death is handled in the show. I am very appreciative of the direction it's going there.
Good.
It seems to be much more willing to make beloved characters face real consequences. So I think that adds to the stakes of the show for sure. But there is a huge blemish.
He gives it praise, and then he turns around, and then he gives it a backhand. He spits on it. What? Do you like One Piece, or do you not like One Piece? You can't be no halfway fan. Ain't no such things as halfway crooks around here, Charlie.
So right now, I'll tell you where I'm at. I'm in middle of Dressrosa.
Yeah.
And there's a huge roadblock I had to push through. Fishman Island arc. I'm just going to play a clip from stream where I go over just how terrible it was. I finished Fishman Island. Thanks to the One Piece card game, it motivated me to finish fucking god-awful
That
Fishman
makes
Island.
0 sense.
What was so bad about it? Oh, you know what? Here. I'm going to be opening some One Piece cards here in a minute anyway. Might as well talk about Fishman Island and everything I hated about it. Fishman Island takes everything that One Piece was doing really well in Marineford and wipes its whole ass with it.
So is it because you've seen Marineford and you were still on that hype, and then later on Fishman Island just wasn't as good as Marineford? Is that why?
The Fishman Island arc is a tedious chore to push through, and it is unwatchable without One Piece. One Piece is a godsend.
So you're watching One Piece with One Piece. That kind of sums up everything I need to know. You're not watching it all the way through like a true One Piece fan. You're using stuff like One Piece to skip around and figure out what's important and whatnot so you can get through the series faster. You're not really enjoying the journey, are you, Charlie? Are you? You're not really in it for the journey, for the ride. You're here to just power through the show. You just want to get caught up. Why? It's just a flex of, I caught up on One Piece today. It's alright. Like, really, why are you watching it, bro? If you gotta go to tools like One Piece to help you skip around so you can get through the terrible arcs, man, I ain't trying to hear this.
The only way to actually push through that arc.
Everything about it. You know what? You know what's hard to watch? This video. That's what's hard to watch. I'm having to power through this. This is damn near unwatchable for me. It's torturous. It's torturous and tedious trying to finish this fucking video.
Does everything Marineford did great. It is truly a wash. Like, it is trash. And it's so insulting that it's a really important arc because of, like, Shirahoshi. But my god.
Bro. So, did you not see any scene with Jinbei in it at all? Did Jinbei just not exist? Am I losing my mind? Is Luffy requiring blood and nobody able to give it to him, and Jinbei giving his blood to Luffy, symbolizing a pact between human and fishman? The human and the humans and fishmen can finally get along and they can show love to each other. Did that not happen? Why is the only thing important Shirahoshi? What Fishman Island arc did you watch? Are we watching the... Apparently, we are not watching the same One Piece. You're watching One Piece. My apologies. We're not watching the same show.
So, the villain might legitimately be the worst villain I've ever seen in anime.
And that is fair. Hody's not the worst villain in anime is such a stretch. But that's how Charlie does. Like I said, he's a cool dude. I like his videos. He over-exaggerates things a lot. The worst villain in anime? OD. That's OD. That's too much, bro. That's too much.
Hody Jones is just a
He's not
great
He's not
value Arlong, but significantly more cringe. And I feel like has no real character to him at all, other than just being addicted to meth.
Hody trash talk is fine. That is cool. Whatever. You got that one. I don't like Hody either. He's a bad villain. One of the worst villains in the show.
Like, he's just a pill-popping lunatic and nothing beyond that.
Facts.
He's not clever. He's not crafty. He's not even strong. Like, the Straw Hats are 1,000 times more powerful than all of the villains. So anytime they fight, it's instantly over. There's no tension.
That did not happen. He just said that they defeated the enemies in Fishman Island with no difficulty. Did Luffy not have to fight Hody in the water? And Luffy's a devil fruit user? So that means he had to struggle to fight Hody because they were underwater? Luffy having to fight underwater is not an easy fight. I'm starting to think that maybe you just had the episodes playing in the background while you was dilly-dallying. You had the episodes playing on one monitor while you was watching something else on the other monitor. Who knows? Probably had your meat in one hand. Like, I'm sitting here debunking everything you're talking about. With ease, too. Off the top of my head, I haven't seen these arcs in years. I ain't seen Fishman since high school. Man, I'm 23, bro. I ain't seen that shit since high school. And I can still remember these scenes better than you, who just put this out 9 days ago, saying that you're halfway through Dressrosa. It's insane. Maybe you should go back and watch Fishman Island arc and stop watching One Piece. Actually watch the arc and maybe you'll appreciate it more.
So dumb. Like, everyone's just cannon fodder in the arc. And Sanji is miserable in the first, 20 episodes where he just constantly starts bleeding out from nosebleeds, which was a really good gag initially.
That's fair.
In the beginning of that arc.
That's fair. Sanji's simping has gotten out of hand after the time skip. It does get out of hand. I agree with that. I'll let you have that.
But they kept playing it up, and he just had nothing to do until the very end. Didn't you take 8 months finishing that? Yeah, because it sucks. It's so boring.
Did he say it took him 8 months to finish Fishman Island? Is that what he just said?
8 months finishing that? Yeah, because it sucks. It's so boring. It's so boring. Like, if I didn't get into the One Piece card game, I probably still wouldn't have bothered finishing Fishman Island. Like, there's just never any motivation to watch it. I could go on and on with all the things I really disliked about Fishman Island. The pacing, every fight being just a complete showcase of how far above the Straw Hats were to the villains, which takes away all of the intensity of the situation. There are just so many things wrong with it. Sanji, cool, Jesus fucking
Like
Christ.
I said, not true. He had to fight underwater. That is not an easy one.
Heavens to Betsy, just incapacitated for half of the arc because he
that
was
shit
getting
was trash.
nosebleeds from seeing.
I
women.
agree. Sanji's nosebleeds are annoying as hell.
So he's bleeding out constantly.
You got that one.
It was, I think, the worst arc in the show, but
worse than Skypiea?
People said that Punk
Debatable.
Hazard wasn't going to be great either, and I disagree. I really liked Punk Hazard, and I think it's because of One Piece. I can't give enough flowers to One Piece.
The fact that he's giving flowers to One Piece. Yo, I've never seen what One Piece looks like, cause I'm a real fan, cause I'm a true fan. But I'm curious. I'm curious of what this looks like, bro. It says Discord. It's a Discord server? Like, what is it? Just a group of people telling you episodes you can skip?
It cuts out so much shit, and apparently Punk Hazard's big complaint was the pacing of it. So I did not have that issue. So I really enjoyed it.
Oh my God, he's proudly skipping episodes. That is not cool. That is not cool, chat. For any anime fans out there, I would not recommend that you skip episodes. The only way where it's even halfway acceptable or kind of acceptable is if you're skipping filler. If One Piece has you skipping episodes that's not filler, is this you're actually skipping like through canon events to get through an arc faster? I don't rock with that, bro. I can't respect that. I would not call anybody a true One Piece fan if they're using One Piece, and One Piece is a system that allows them to skip canon episodes. I couldn't consider you a real fan.
And I got to see a lot of Trafalgar Law, and what a badass character that is. Now, he hasn't been fleshed out yet, so I don't know too much about him.
Law
as
is
like
a
an
W
actual
character.
But his devil
valid,
fruit is
obviously.
so fucking cool, and every time he's in a scene, he's the best part of it. His fight with Fergo is great. Smoker's here, and I really like Smoker, so that was cool.
I'm not mad at
Overall,
this.
I liked Punk Hazard a lot, and I'm really enjoying Dressrosa so far, but I'll wait till I finish Dressrosa to give my thoughts on that arc.
Cool.
I'm not getting into specifics here because I already did in the last one. I just want to say my favorite Straw Hat is still Zoro. I still really like Zoro, but it does seem like he's taking more of a backseat role at the moment.
I think maybe this is an annual check-in for One Piece. I feel like you should have talked about more of what you like about the series. You spent majority of this video shit talking One Piece, or specifically Fishman Island. Like, you should just name this video Fishman Island Hate, and I would have clicked it. I would never have touched it. But since it's a check-in for One Piece, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see how his journey is going. I love to see how people are enjoying One Piece. And then I click it, and the whole video is you shitting on One Piece.
Front and center of the last couple arcs. I'm sure he probably will start to creep back up that way soon, and that's fine. I still really like his character a lot, but Luffy's getting close for me now. I am really liking where Luffy is going.
Man,
it's a lot of fun, and I've come around in a big way on One Piece. I'm a huge One Piece enthusiast now.
You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that. No, you are not, sir. No.
And I'm super excited to finish Dressrosa and continue to catch up to the anime. So yeah, this was just the little check-in here, yapping about some One Piece. Also, the One Piece card game is absolute fire. That shit is...
Bro likes he glazes the card game more than the show.
So fun. So yeah, that's really about it. So, yeah.
Man, during your next check-in, Charlie, let's try to show some love for One Piece. Maybe. Just a suggestion. Maybe show some love. And I'm about to pull up the scenes that I mentioned while debunking his video. Luffy versus Hody. Skip around. Skip around. It's an AMV. Look at this. During this fight, Luffy had to fight while in a bubble, underwater. How was this an easy win? Look at that. Looked like he was hurt to me. Bro holding his arm and shit. If this was such an easy fight, it shouldn't have lasted this long. Look at that. Luffy's on the floor. He's on the floor. He's on the ground. Easy fight. Luffy, Jinbei, blood. Bro, do y'all remember this? This was such a beautiful scene. Look at how it's look at this. Look at the symbolism. Look at how there's a mixture of fishmen and humans in the crowd watching this go down. Like, he didn't mention this moment at all. Did he even watch it? And like somebody in chat mentioned Fishman Tiger or Fish Tiger too. Like, did he just not see any of that? Like, bro, there's so much history behind this moment. And they were speaking facts. That this whole spiel, this whole talk, this life lesson here is about racism. The arc is themed around that the fishmen have been discriminated against in One Piece. I mean, what do you think that kind of compares to the real life? Which is why I think this arc might hit a little different for me, personally, as a person of color. You know what I mean? Because we deal with this. And Oda put this in his story in a beautiful way. In a way to tell people that being prejudiced is not okay. And that is beautiful. The way he did it was beautiful. For Charlie to shit on Fishman Island is crazy. Charlie, you might have to rewatch Fishman Island, bro. You might have to rewatch it. And you know what I'm saying? Actually try to understand the message behind it, bro.